Hey guys, what's going on? WWE Super Hard DX back here with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about PWG's most recent pay-per-view, to my knowledge, PWG Solar Soul for Rock and Roll. Now I just watched this pay-per-view about a week ago, and it's still fresh in my mind, and I remember it as being a really good pay-per-view. PWG is one of the best independent wrestling promotions out there. I think, I just started watching PWG, but still, I'm a huge fan of PWG with the shows that I have seen. I've watched one from 2009, I watched about 5 or 6 from 2013, and then 2014. I think I've watched every single one. They're excellent. Adam Cole's a great heel, and the commentary's fun and everything. But today we're talking about the actual pay-per-view. So yeah, let's get down to it. The first match, we had Roderick Strong versus Brian Cage in what I thought was a very strong opener. It was a great match, really. They had many spots, and they really went all out for this match. They didn't really hold back anything. It was a great match. There were many false finishes, just the regular type of PWG style matchup. Great match. Then we had Rich Swann versus AR Fox. This was a very good match. Again, PWG standards. They always have great matches on their card. They have, and this was no exception. This was a great match. I believe I got it. This is awesome chant. They had, it went on for at least 20 minutes. It was a great match. Definitely check out this match for this pay-per-view, anyways. Then we had the World's Cutest Tag Team, Candice LeRae and Joey Ryan versus Chuck Taylor and Trent, Team Best Friends. This was it was an interesting match, to say the least. It was mostly for comedy purposes. Candice LeRae is definitely a great wrestler. I mean, she is a woman, but she can still go in there and fight with the best of them, just like a man would, and have great matches. I remember she did challenge for the PWG World Championship at Mystery Vortex 2, and that was a pretty great match, although the finish lacked. But yeah, so Joey Ryan and Candice LeRae are a great tag team. It was kind of weird at the beginning. Candice LeRae gave a fan a lollipop, and he actually put it in his mouth, only later to find out that Joey Ryan was actually the one who had that lollipop. So it's kind of funny. Chuck Taylor would refuse to fight Candice LeRae in this match. And so Trent would have to go in there when Candice LeRae was fighting, and of course then afterwards you'd have Chuck Taylor go to the back and then come back out. He was in a dress, and he had a wig on. It was hilarious. He comes out, and now that he's dressed like a woman, he can fight Candice LeRae. So yeah, hilarious matchup. It was definitely entertaining all the way through. So yeah, it's definitely passable and a good match. Then we had what do they call it? The Forever Hooligans fighting off against each other. You had Rocky Romero versus Alex Kozlov, and I was kind of a little bit surprised that this matchup is in place, because I thought they were tag teams, so I don't really understand why they had a match together. I heard that one of them got actually switched at the last second for Johnny Gargano to be placed in a 6-person tag team match, so I guess this was all thrown together at the last second. So fans didn't really know what to expect in this match. The crowd was very dead throughout the entire thing. They didn't really have much reaction, so it was kind of a little bit boring to sit through, but they really tried with some good counters and submissions and stuff like that. In the end, it was an overall just okay match. Definitely the worst match on the show, because the crowd was just not into it, and it was probably the least memorable, and you don't really want that from two tag team partners facing each other. So yeah, just a questionable booking in my opinion, but then again, I haven't really been watching PWG for all that long, so maybe, what do I know, right? It's for you to decide anyways. Then we had Ricochet versus ACH. Now, in this match, this was another really good match. I think I actually confused Rich Swann and AR Fox with this match, so I'm gonna go back to Rich Swann with AR Fox for a second, now that I'm remembering this. During the match, he had Kevin Steen on commentary, and he was commenting on how AR Fox was a Ryback fan, and how he would do the Feed Me More chant. He would do the meat hook clothesline. That was very funny stuff. And Rich Swann, of course, is also a great wrestler. They did some spots on the outside and stuff like that, so this was a good match. It has been a week since I've seen this, so you can kind of understand how my memory isn't totally there. everything that happened because I'm just reviewing this now. But yeah, now I'll review Ricochet versus ACH. Now this was the match that was really awesome. It went on for at least 20 minutes. It was a great match. They uh, they did all kinds of spots and high flying moves and false finishes, and then they ended it in a great fashion. They had a great finishing sequence, and yeah, just an awesome finish. Yeah, just awesome match. Then we had a six-person tag team match. We had Mount Rushmore, Kevin Steen and the Young Bucks versus Cedric Alexander, Johnny Gargano, and Trevor Lee. And Trevor Lee is making a second PWG appearance. He just debuted at Mystery Vortex 2 in the opening match in Triple Threat. Now, I was really surprised with Trevor Lee. This is the first time I ever saw him was at Mystery Vortex, and he's a great wrestler. He could be used for comedy matches as well. It was a really funny guy with his facial expressions and stuff, just the look of him. And yeah, he's a great wrestler as well. He has excellent ability and telling a story. You have also in this match Johnny Gargano is one of my favorite independent wrestlers, and Cedric Alexander, who isn't all that bad either. Of course, then you have the Young Bucks, which are arguably the best tag team in the world right now, and Kevin Steen, who's headed to WWE. This was definitely a great match. It's arguable that this is the best match on the show. Also, you could argue that this Ricochet vs. ACH on the main event is the best match on the show, but really they're all good, so it is debatable. But I'm going to say that this is the second best match of the night. It had a great finishing sequence. It really was never boring throughout the entire match. It may have started off a little bit slow, but you still had interest in this match. Um, but yeah, it was just an awesome match. Definitely one that you want to check out if you see this pay-per-view. Uh, and yeah, just awesome match. Also, in the main event, you had Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole for the PWG World Heavyweight Championship, and this was a knockout or submission only match. Now, knowing that it's a knockout or submission only match, if you don't already know who's going to win the match because of the spoilers that got out there, it's kind of already obvious with the added stipulation on who's going to win, knowing Kyle O'Reilly. But yeah, nonetheless, it was still a great match, and it really I was on the edge of my seat. Easy for me to say throughout the entire show, or the entire match, I should say. But really, throughout the entire show, I was interested, and it was a great show. But this really had me on the edge of my seat because I knew who was going to win, but I just didn't know when it was going to happen. And it was just awesome moment when it did happen. The crowd went crazy, and it was just an awesome match. Of course, he did have interference throughout the match, and there were people who came in there, but you know what? It was still great, and I really did enjoy it. It was a great match. Not as great as some people say. I mean, it was a little bit slow during some parts of the match, and Kyle O'Reilly kind of did dominate Adam Cole a little bit, and to the point where it's almost obvious on who was going to win. But you know, still a great match, and it was definitely enjoyable. So I would give it around 3.5 stars, maybe a little bit higher. I don't know, somewhere around there. But yeah, just a great show. Overall, Solar Soul versus Rock and Roll is definitely worth checking out, and yeah, just a great show. If you're a fan of PWG, I'll guarantee you like this. So yeah, thanks for watching my review of PWG Solar Soul for Rock and Roll. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe.